Hey guys, welcome to a recap of Jewish Matchmaking, episode 3, Yalla. Guys, we are in Tel Aviv to see Cindy on her first date with Daniel. And guys, her first impression of the date is that he looks better in person than compared to his photo, which I think is a great start. It's optimistic. So I'm like, okay, this is good. This is not bad. But she does admit that she compared guys to her past relationship. And there you go. There's a mystery with her history. Eliza was right. The door is not closed. It's kind of creaked open. So, I don't know. So she wants to be treated the same way, if not better. And I think this is not a great mindset to have when you're dating, looking to go into marriage, because you're comparing pretty much everyone to your past relationship. And I think that's so unfair. I think everyone should have their own start. So her and her date are looking at art, and I feel like they're having like small talk, but I don't really see the chemistry. It's a bit awkward, I would say, but it could be, nerves. They're both nervous. This is quite serious for them. She wants marriage at the end of the day, and him too. I'm sure that, Eliza works with people who are looking for marriage. So I know this could be a nervous situation, but guys, it is so awkward. So Cindy in the confessional says that, she's not getting the butterflies. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say. I don't know. I don't feel too optimistic about this, but we'll see. Let's give it some chance. So now we're going to have a FaceTime with Danny and Eliza. So Danny, she has been on 3 dates with David. And I'm like, girl, we only saw 2. What's the third date? So the first date went well. Remember, this was at the lunch that they met up at. Then they had a jet ski date, which was fun for her. And, he calls her all the time, and she's like enjoying his company. But her concerns is that he's obsessed with the way she looks as a person who looks Sephardic, when she's not Sephardic, she's Ashkenazi, okay? So to her, she takes it as if that he wants to be with someone who's Sephardic. He wants a Sephardic woman. So we finally get to hear what the third date was all about. And it was a date to his club. They did a Torah reading, and they had a little mixture with all the Sephardic community. So that was the third date. And I don't know, maybe this guy is a little bit too religious for our girl Danny, okay? So Danny, she lets Eliza know that she's heading off to LA for her friend's wedding, and he's going to be in New York. So it's not looking good. They're gonna spend some time apart, and they're just starting to date. And so they should take this time off to really have some space. Eliza says that let's just put it on pause. And I think that's a good judgment call, I would say, by Eliza. So we'll see. I mean, I was rooting for Danny and David. I thought they were cute together. So it's unfortunate that, they are not continuing to pursue things at this time. So now over to Ari. Ari is having mimosas, y'all. He's having mimosas with his friends. And he's pretty much talking about how his dates went with Adi. And, he says they didn't click. I felt like he was, looks aside, Adi, she's a great person, but I don't think that was a match. Even if she looked the way he wanted, I feel like personally they're not a match. But Ori, he thinks it could be something wrong with him, and I'm like, good. It's good to have good self-reflection, because he knows he's super picky, and his friends, they're advising him to be more open, especially this one friend. This one friend went in on him, and I'm like, thank you. At least no one is like supportive of his picky behavior, and they want him to take things more seriously. So we are back to Cindy and her date with Daniel. And Cindy, she doesn't really date Tel Aviv guys. And this guy is from Tel Aviv. So the reason why she doesn't date Tel Aviv guys is because they're known as F-boys, which I didn't know, but now we know. And I'm like, did we want the whole world to know? So Daniel, he's hanging in on this date and he's putting as much effort as he could possible. He asked her about her necklace, which is great because he's taking an interest on her, about what she's wearing. And she explains to him that this is a necklace that is actually very sentimental and it's from her grandmother and it reminds her to not be afraid. So Daniel, he then proceeds to open up and share something similar to Cindy, saying that he also has momentums on him that he wears that reminds him of his family. And shockingly enough, Cindy, she's actually happy to hear him be vulnerable. So this date is actually having a turnaround. It's getting better. It's getting better. So maybe let's give him a chance. I'll give you guys a chance. Okay, let's try. We'll see. So we get to see an update from Harmony, and she's having a lunch date with her mom and Elisa. So Elisa's mom, she's super supportive of her daughter. If her daughter feels like this wasn't the one, she is supportive of her decision, period. So, but mom, she does emphasize to her daughter that she wants her to experience parenthood and she feels like life is not the same without having a child. And of course, Harmony cries because as if she doesn't have enough pressure as is. She, at this moment, I even feel the pressure for her too. But Elisa, she's there to help and she's reassuring. And we even have the restaurant manager who pops in to the table. And he's even wanting to help. So I feel like everyone is rooting for Harmony, and I am as well. I can't wait to see who's the next person she dates, who Eliza gonna bring for her. So now over to Danny. She's meeting up with this guy named Sean, and apparently she's have a new date with this guy. Since David is unavailable, Sean is his opportunity. So apparently Eliza, she feels like Sean is the female version of Danny. And I'm like, okay, let's see. So Danny, she's attracted to Sean, and Sean, you could see his eyebrows, and he let her know that he gets his eyebrows threaded. And I'm like, okay, I don't know if I would want to date someone who's this exact same with me, but we'll see how this goes. Elisa, she knows she's doing. She's the matchmaker. So now we get to see Elisa talk to Ori. Girl. Elisa is talking to Ori and she asks about Addie. And Ori, he just lets Elisa know that he wasn't feeling her. And Elisa is like, why? She was gorgeous. Like, what was wrong? What is your criteria? Ori, he explains he likes blue eyes, okay? And then, good thing, Elisa, she keeps it real and she says that, but Ori, you have brown eyes. Like, what? And Elisa, she comes to an understanding that she has to be on a search for someone with blue eyes who speaks Hebrew, and he is not going to be flexible. And he is not making no move, no give to show any sign of flexibility. So she shows him a woman that she thinks, okay, could be a good match. And the thing is that she is not blonde. So I know it's already a no, because he said I don't know if he said this to her, but in his confessionals, he did say he likes a blonde. And so when I saw that she wasn't a blonde, I said, this is a no. Then she shows him another woman, and she doesn't have blue eyes, so it was a no. And then finally, she shows him a blondish woman, and she looked hot, and he actually was interested. And he said, okay, I can do that. Let's go arrange this. And Elisa has to ask if he wanted to know anything about her, like anything personality wise. Because, Ori, he's very, very, very superficial. So Elisa tells him that, she's 25, Israeli, and Hebrew. And that was good enough for Ori. Ori said he didn't need to hear anymore. So back to Danny's date. We learned that Sean's parents are from South Africa, which, guys, is similar to Danny. That is so similar to Danny. So Danny can relate and, that was interesting, actually. What odds is that? So the Jewish community in South Africa, you can imagine, is quite small. But Danny, she was able to figure out or know Sean's cousin. Like, she just says, okay, say a last name that you know, and she'll see if she'll know someone from there. And she was able to call out the cousin, y'all. And I don't know, is this a sign? Should we take this as a sign? I don't know. So anywho, Sean, his idea is that he wants to marry someone who is Jewish. He sees himself marrying someone who is Jewish. He is actually very serious about marriage. His parents got engaged 2 weeks after meeting each other. And, you know, this is actually exciting for Danny. And I'm happy to see this new potential. Let's see where this goes. But I'm like, damn, just like that, David is gone. So maybe this will kind of cause pressure on David. Who knows? But, you know, Danny, she's looking for love and she's going to do what it takes. So now on to Noah. And guys, Noah is our new single, Looking for a Match. So Noah, what we learned from him is that he was previously married and he is looking for someone to trust. He wants someone to keep the spirit of Shabbat, kosher, comes home but not flexible. And, you know, I thought, okay, he's giving actually a realistic list. He's not like Ori where he's like super superficial. He hasn't really said anything about appearances, which is actually quite refreshing to hear. But wait a minute, I mean, like, you have to have an idea of what you want her to look like too as well. But he just says, oh, active, outdoorsy, someone who likes to travel. So I feel like he's gonna have a wide array of selections of possible matches. So I like that he's open-minded. We'll get to know him. He seems quite quirky, but you know, let's let him develop through these episodes. So we end the episode seeing Cindy. And, you know, Cindy, she's being optimistic. I don't know about Daniel being her match. I did think, you know, they had a little quick turnaround of them relating that they care about sentimental things. Things matter for them. So, we'll see. But I think Cindy may be the problem because she has not closed that chapter with that ex. So, I don't know how it's gonna go proceeding on with new matches, but I can't wait for Eliza to have a talk with Cindy because, you know, Eliza's gonna keep it real. Okay, so guys, that was the episode. If you like this episode, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate every one of you who takes the time to watch my videos, and I'm so grateful for that. And as always, I would like to tell you guys, share as much kindness as possible. Take care and stay tuned for the next recap of Jewish matchmaking. Guys, do we have a match yet? Can we find a match yet? A solid match. That's all I want. So let me know in the comments down below if you think that Danny is gonna be a new match with Sean, or if David still has a chance. So we'll stay tuned. Talk to you guys later. Bye.